Greetings, everyone, and welcome to another Giving Thanks. We are here with the lights. We're in the light. Let's turn on the light. There was a man named John who was sent through the Almighty One that came to tell people the truth about the one true light, so that through John, all people could listen about the light. And no, John was not the light. John came to tell people the truth about the light. The true light that gives light to all was and is in the world, coming in the world. John chapter 1, verse 6 and 9. Thank you so much for joining. We are live again. Oh my goodness, it's Friday. Oh, it's Friday, y'all. Oh my goodness. Today's the 12th. Oh my goodness, Friday. And my students have today's the final day to turn in your $350 deposit, okay, to hold your spot for the Virgin Islands summer abroad trip. Today is that day, okay? So if you have $350 and you want to donate to this cause, call me, send me, Cash App me $350, okay? And I will send it in to the student for their deposit. One student. We need 5 students, so that's what it looks like. So your help, you can help out a HBCU student. Black people in America have had to study in a hiding way. And education was not always something that was, given even now today for free. So Nick, yes, Nick, yeah, you like to make jokes, and it's fine. We have nothing else better to do. However, today's theme is about fun, okay? Having fun doing good. So you might think leaving comments like that is fun, and it's, but it's not. And I get all kinds of people on here, and I don't want to, I'm not going to judge anyone about who they are, on what they're saying and all this stuff when they come on here. But I want to thank you for liking the video. Thank you for subscribing to this channel. And thank you for tuning in, because guess what? We're going places. And in that going places, we need our tribe of people. We need the vegan eaters who don't eat any kind of meat or processed foods, deli meats. All of that stuff is not good for you. So try to eat raw vegetables, raw food. I'm going to cut up grate some carrots, grate some stuff, and put it in a hodgepodge of beans, cooked beans, but vegetables shouldn't be cooked. We should be eating our food, our vegetables raw. Anyway, the whole food pyramid is off. It was based on capitalism. Remember, I told you all, capitalism and colonialism came together, had a baby called white supremacy, and that spread all over the world in, putting down others' culture and their herbal way of life, to buy into a culture of drugs and pharmaceutical pills, instead of the natural earth where we can get our healing from. So that's why our theme today is fun in finding righteousness. Having fun doing good. Having fun doing good. Do good. And have fun in that. Take joy in the doing good. So our theme today, let's get started. Our theme today is to do good. Finding fun in righteousness. In other words, finding fun in righteousness and doing good. Thank you so much for tuning in. Thank you for liking the video. Thank you for being part of this Giving Thanks channel where we give thanks and we salute the goodness of righteousness that is the Almighty One. So we're going to get into, let's get into, oh, where am I here? Let's get into our verse of the day. I kind of messed up. Let's see. Let's get into our verse of the day. Let me get our verse of the day up here. Where is it? Verse of the day. Verse of the day. Verse of the day. Thanks for liking the video. Verse of the day. Verse of the day. Verse of the day. Verse of the day. Okay, verse of the day today is coming from, oh my goodness, Galatians. Let's get Galatians and get my phone over here, because the verse of the day is from my Bible app. So if you want to get a Bible app, you can, so you can see the verse of the day yourself. You don't have to come on my channel and listen, but I thank you for doing that. But if you want to start your own channel, that's a good thing to do. Start your own channel and, do your thing. We tend to hide behind the computer and onto other people's, channels and pages and stuff, but we never create our own. Let's create our own. So the verse today is coming from Galatians. Okay, Galatians chapter 4, verse 4 to 5. Chapter 4, verse 4 to 5. And let's put our verse of the day right there so I can see it and talk to you at the same time. So the verse of the day is really bringing in our theme of finding fun in righteousness, doing good, okay? Finding fun in it. And our verse today speaks of when the set time had finally come, God sent his son, born of a woman. That's why you got to respect women. I have a little video out there saying stop the violence, stop the misogyny. We have to stop putting women down. We have a lot of microaggressions where black women put other black women down, but black women hold white women up as gods, but they put black women down, calling them condescending when they have a point to make. Black women's opinions or their views are not valued and taken seriously because folks are into this ideology of white supremacy. Even though they're black, they can still hold those false narratives that white is superior. So as women, we have to hold ourselves and know that we are not sexual beings. We are beings being sexual. And when we come from the idea of seeing our flesh and seeing our fruits, okay, we will be better off. We will have less drama. We will have less jealousy and conflict. We had a woman who drove to Florida to kill her ex-boyfriend's new lover. Like, what is happening? Jealousy is a disease that has to be rid of. And the only way to rid it is for yourself to come into the knowledge of righteousness. Not the flesh, but righteousness. Feeding your fruits of the righteousness you call spirit. So in Galatians chapter 4, verse 4 to 5, there was a set time had come when a woman has to give birth. All right. And this set time that this Son of God was born of a woman, born under the law, all right, to redeem those under the law. And under the law is that flesh. You're stuck in the flesh. And you live to eat instead of eating to live, right? And being under the law, the reason for God sent his son that we might receive adoption to that sonship, that we may also have that nature of righteousness and goodness and mercy and love. We have an example. We have an example. And in that example, we have behaviors that further the righteousness and goodness of God that lives within you, for you to push that forward in your life and in the way you move and the way you live, the way you clean your house, the way you clean your mouth from speaking nonsense, from speaking. And I'm not being condescending. I'm not telling anyone out there that you're speaking nonsense. I'm speaking of you using your words for uplifting, using your words, not condescending and putting people down. That's not what this channel is, but some people think that's what it is. And it's fine if they think that way. They have to feel that way. That's the way you feel. Nobody can tell you how to feel. But when we create false narratives, we have to really be able to stand for those narratives and say that, you know what, I was wrong. And yeah, I shouldn't call people condescend. I shouldn't call people those things. I was wrong. And when you can get to that point, you're able to grow. You're able to be a better person and not the same person that you were 5 years ago, 10 years ago. You're supposed to be a different person. You're supposed to evolve into somebody, right? If you were eating meats, chicken, turkey, and all these salmon and meats and all these meats, there has to come a time when you have to shift. You have to evolve into non-meat eaters, okay? And you have to become what you were not before. That's what real change is. And some people are stuck. They get into their 50s and they don't want to change. They don't want to grow into becoming the fullest of who they're was sent to the earth to become. And when oftentimes we don't, because we're so busy running after someone. We're so busy, oh, I want a person. I want a relationship. I need to be with someone. I don't want to be alone. Even me, I was the Bachelorette. Okay, I was the Bachelorette. I was looking for my person. And I found my person. I found my person. So, I'm not going to run after people and try to do that, but I know who my person is. They know who they are too. So my person will always be my person, whether they're 10,000 miles away from me or not. They're my person. And we were meant to be together. And that's what I feel. That's my person. So I'm not going to be running after anyone in that way. So when we look at Galatians, I'm not running after people in that way because I've been adopted. I've been adopted by God that I might receive that sonship. I may receive that one they call Jesus as the Son of God, as the one example of God on earth in a human way, the divine coming into humanness, right? And that's why I said we're not sexual beings. We're being sexual, okay? You're not your flesh. That's not just what you are. You want to have sex. You want to be intertwined with someone sexually, and you want someone to touch you. You want that, right? But that's not what your purpose as a child of God is. Your purpose as a child of God is first the fruits of the what? Righteousness. Fruits of righteousness. So the verse today really rings in our theme of finding fun in righteousness and do good. Simple, right? Sounds simple, but it's not that simple. um, let's go into the word today. The word today, it's the word of the word today is brought to us by Ecclesiastes chapter 3 verse 4. Woo-hoo! It's the word of the day. It's the word of the day. Word of the day. Word of the day. Word of the day today is fun. Fun Friday. Fun Friday. Ecclesiastes chapter 3 verse 4 says, a time to weep. There's a time to weep. I was in my bed weeping. Like my daughter and I were on the phone, and I just rolled over in my bed and I was just started weeping for my children's dad who passed away, because we shared 9 years together. We shared 3 children together. He was my mentor and he was my love, even though we had parted ways. He was still my person. And now that he's gone, I'm free to marry again. I'm free to be with someone again. So there is a time to weep. Okay, there's a time to weep. There's a time to laugh. There's a time to mourn. And there's a time to dance. And Ecclesiastes, thank you so much, chapter 3, verse 4, is bringing in our word today, fun. So let's have some fun with the word fun. Fun is a sacred expression of joy, right? When you're joyful, you express it. I mean, when you're having fun, you express it joyfully, right? You're on a roller coaster and you're having fun and you're joyful. I don't like roller coasters. So let's get into the word today. I'm going to read from dailyword.com. Our word today, fun. Again, brought to us by the book of Ecclesiastes, chapter 3, verse 4. Today I lighten up and delight in the gifts of life. I listen to the call of righteousness and tune in to the wellspring of joy within me. As I plan my day, I set clear intentions to feel joyful, loving, tranquil, and be fully present in each moment. I make time to have fun and allow myself to play. As I laugh, dance, I was dancing yesterday in the kitchen, listen to music, and immerse myself in playful adventures, I release all worries and concerns I have been carrying. I feel renewed and filled with new life. Yes, indeed. Having fun is a powerful spiritual practice, okay, that renews the life. Having fun is a healing energy. Healing was our word yesterday, right? Healing. Healing energy, a sacred flow, uplifts me and reminds me of my divine nature. Remember I said you are not sexual beings. You are being sexual. You are divine beings. As I embrace playfulness and spontaneity, I awaken to the presence of God in all things. I step into this day with a happy heart and a renewed sense of wonder and gratitude. renewed sense of wonder and gratitude. It has to be renewed with all the pain and turmoil, the gratitude. We have to renew ourselves in this all the time. Renew ourselves in this. Graduation is tomorrow for the university where I teach at. Graduation is tomorrow. And students are embarking on fun. They're going to have fun. They're going to express joy with accomplishing. Do I get another with accomplishing? Oh, I got another subscriber. Thank you for subscribing, Concrete. Thank you, my love. Oh my goodness, that's a compliment that you subscribe to my channel just like that. So to all the graduates graduating this year, happy graduation and have fun, finding fun in righteousness. Do good and you will receive good. Thanks so much for joining. We are out of time, but if you are wanting to do the Bible challenge, we are in the Bible challenge for December 12th, Hebrews chapter 8 to 10. And Hebrews chapter 8 to 10. I need my reading light. Hebrews chapter 8 to 10. The faintest whisper of encouragement uttered to a Christian brother or sister is heard in heaven. That is so sweet. When you encourage someone, you whisper encouragement to them, okay? Guess what? Someone up there is listening. So when I encourage folks to the point where I say, it doesn't matter if you work at Walmart, you're a person. It doesn't matter if you work as the president of the United States. You are still a child of the most righteous. And that somebody commented and said was condescending because I'm talking about Walmart workers in a belittling way. I was not doing that. And the misunderstanding that people have is caught up in their pride, their self, I don't know what it is, but it's when people accuse you of something and they're saying that you're this or you're that, where is the evidence? I want the evidence. Okay? I want the evidence of why I'm condescending and why you say I'm belittling. So when we find ourselves in a place where we are attacking someone, we have to look at ourselves and say, why am I doing this to this woman? She just lost her children's dad. Her son passed in 2023. Her dad passed in 2024. Why am I doing this to this woman and leaving a comment like this? It speaks to the person that you hide behind the screen and make comments instead of speaking in that way. Okay. So I tell my graduates and I tell my students, I'm very hard on my students, and I lift them up by giving them examples of what not to be. Okay. Don't be ungrateful. Don't complain. Don't do that. Thank you for subscribing to this channel. You know what? I'm gonna have to dance for you all. Because you subscribe to this channel. Thank you so much. J-Dub, thank you for subscribing, my love. I'm gonna call you my love. I call people my love. My love. Dustin. What it is, Dustin. So those of you who are in the Bible challenge, let's stay on track. Chapter 8, a better covenant. Chapter 9, a better tabernacle. And chapter 10, a better sacrifice. So it's a renewing, right? It's a renewing. We're talking about Aaron and his sons. Now, who wrote the book of Hebrews? It was written by lots of authors. We started the book of Hebrews on the 9th of December. And we're going into Hebrews chapter 8 to 10. Worship in the earthly tabernacle, the blood of Christ, Christ's sacrifice once for all, a call to persevere in faith. We talk about the blood of Christ, serving the living God. God is alive. You're not serving a dead God. God came off the cross. God is alive. James from India. Thank you, James from India. My mom is from India. My mom is, her mom spoke Hindi, and my mom is from India. So via the Caribbean, we got turned around all over the place. So thank you, James. Subscribe to the channel. Thank you for subscribing, J Dove. I love that you come on here and you engage with this. But for December 12th, we are looking at the days are coming, declares the Lord, when I will make a new covenant. So it's a new name, it's a new covenant. That's why I use the Trinity name. Trinity in Amharic is Selassie. That's the Trinity. I got another James. And I love the book of James, let me tell you. Thank you so much for subscribing. Thank you. Oh my goodness. I didn't know that I would get 2 subscribers today on this channel. You're gonna not regret it, because let me tell you that once you subscribe, you're gonna get notifications of when I'm live, and you can tune in and listen to the word, get a good uplifting word for the day, and find out about the things that maybe not so good that you may want to change in your lives. Okay. So it's a new covenant, and it will not be as the covenant that was made with the people before, right? The ancestors, when they were taken by the land and led out of Egypt because they did not remain faithful to the covenant, and I turned away from them. Remember when Moses let them out and guided them out, they still were ungrateful. They were like, we want this, and like, what? Stop it. You just, bite the bullet with Pharaoh, and now you want to complain and be ungrateful? So this new covenant had to be established with these people after that time, and the laws will be in their minds. It's going to be in their minds. So you can be in the world, but your mind is not of this world. Just like Christmas, just like Thanksgiving. These are colonial holidays that push commerce, okay, and push people to buy into the lies, and they buy into it. They buy the Christmas tree, they buy the decorations, they buy the gifts to put under the tree, they buy the food to put on the table. They buy. Have a great day, Concrete. I'll see you next time. Thanks for subscribing, and thanks for liking the video. Thank you so much. So this is what they do. So there has been a new covenant. That new covenant has put laws in the minds and in their hearts. And God is going to be their God. That's why I tell people, don't mess with me, because guess what? I got a God don't play. Okay? I have a God that is going to turn things around 360 degrees. Okay? And I set a communication to God for my son. You see, he hasn't disturbed me this rise, because I called the 4 angels yesterday. I don't got to call them again. They already on the job. So no longer will ones teach their neighbor or say to one another, know the Lord, because they will all know. I don't have to teach you about doing good. I don't have to teach you about God and Lord and Jesus. You already know. You already know. Now it's to do good. And from the least of them to the greatest. Okay? From the least to the greatest. People in society see Walmart workers as the least, and they see corporate America as the greatest, right? They see people who work in intensive labor positions as the least workers, okay? And they see people who work in offices or in corporate buildings as the greatest because they're sitting down in front of a desk, right? So the scriptures has used the least and the greatest as examples, but yeah, some parts of the scriptures may be I don't know if it's belittling, but it can be. Some Pentecostal have told me that they grew up with fire and brimstone. And, it's either or. So this new covenant oh my goodness, Hebrews chapter 8, God will forgive the wickedness and will remember the sins no more. By calling this covenant new, God has made the first one obsolete. And what is obsolete and ordained will soon disappear, and outdated will soon disappear. So it's obsolete, and outdated is going to soon disappear. So this new covenant is what Bob Marley talked about, get out of mental slavery and free your minds. This is what that is coming from this new covenant, where it's going to be in your mind, right? That law of righteousness is going to be in your mind and your heart. Okay. Remember, I said you're not sexual beings. You're being sexual. You are divine beings. Look at yourself as a divine being of the most righteous of righteous. Get that relationship with that one solid before you go in a relationship with one of God's children. Okay? You don't want to get yourself messed up. So get yourself right with you, love God inside of you, stand up for what's righteous, and build that relationship. You take 1-2 steps to goodness, and goodness will take 10-2 steps to you. Okay? So, yeah, I love this, and this is our Bible challenge. We are out of time, y'all. It's Friday. I'm about to go get some work done, even though I'm not teaching. The semester is over. God is good all the time at Happy. God is good all the time. Every minute of the day, God is good, let me tell you. God has saved my life. God has saved me, okay? Saved me out of the myrrh. God has saved me. So that's why I share this. That's why I come on and I share this with you all as a way to release the sadness and receive the goodness. Okay? So we're out of time, y'all. I could be here all day. Thank you so much for joining. It's been, we chant a psalm. We had our word today, fun, brought to us today by Ecclesiastes chapter 3, verse 4. Woo! And we got Galatians bringing in our verse today. Galatians chapter 4, verse 4 to 5. We got a lot of fours. Angel numbers. We got 4, 4, 4. Woo! Have a blessed day, everyone. Stand in love. It's Friday. So they say. Take good care. Remember, stand in love, right? Yes.